can of mineral spirits thrown at my nose.
You can please tell people that it was a fair fight and see what the jury and judge think. Tell the world, Johnny. Tell them, Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp, man, I'm a victim too of domestic violence, and yes. It's a fair fight. And see how many people believe or side with you.
See how many people will side with you. I'm not even going to start yet. Because I want you to see all of them.
If things get physical, we have to separate. No, we have to be apart from one another. Whether it's for fucking an hour or 10 hours or fucking a day. We must. There can be no physical violence.
I can't promise you that I'll be perfect. I can't promise you I won't get physical again. God, I fucking sometimes get so mad I lose it.
I'm not even gonna get angry. And this is the last video of her. And I want you, the reason I wanted to play this last is I want you to look at her face. Look at her face when she's listening to all this stuff. Look at her face. And really someone that was, what's the word for that? That was domestically abused acts like that, right?
I reacted, but this whole, the door thing, I remember, I never did that. That wasn't on purpose. I might have done it on accident.
Okay.
But
so let's say that was an accident. I then stood up. I don't even know if I said, I might have said, like, what the fuck? Whatever. Because I just been hit in the head with the fucking corner of a door.
I'm so sorry. I did not. I'm sorry.
And then I stood up. And then you fucking clocked me.
I remember hitting you as a response to the door thing. Exactly what I just told us. And I'm really sorry about hitting you with the door, or hitting your head. I did not mean to, nor...
You didn't mean to hit me in the head with the door, but you meant to punch me in the jaw.
I meant to hit you, and I did not do this thing with the door.
Look at her face. Look at her face.
I did mean to hit you.
So that you didn't mean?
The door? No, God, no, I didn't.
But punching me in the jaw.
I didn't. Okay, I'm
Look,
sorry.
she rolled her eyes.
So on the tape, you tell.
He's got an eye. She fucked up his eye. She fucked up his nose. He's got a black eye over here. They're showing some pictures. Look at the picture of his finger. He's got marks on his face. He's got marks on his face in these other photos. I mean, the guy was obviously getting beat up by this woman. And it's not like she's a little woman either. I do understand she's kind of tall. I think she's like 5'9" or 5'10". She's a rather tall girl. She's not like some little tiny thing. Okay? But I'll say it again, because I come from the point of where, yes, domestic violence really is the man to the woman. But I want to make one thing very clear. A lot of these bitches today are very, very masculine. Very. And they will get angry and they will put their hands on you just because you disagree with them. Excuse me. Just because you don't do something that they want you to do, they'll put their hands on you, and they'll say that. And they'll tell guys things like that. What did she tell him? She said, well, go and tell everybody and see who's going to be on your side. Why? Why is that? Because whenever it comes to domestic violence, when you hear that word, what do you think in your mind? A man to a woman. But it's right there. You're looking at it. You're looking at it.
Physical fights?
Such a baby!
Because you start physical fights?
I did start a physical fight.
Yeah, you did, so I had to get the fuck out of there.
Yes, you did. So you did the right thing, the big thing. You know what? You are admirable. Every single time. What's your excuse? When there's not a physical fight, then what's the excuse there? You're still being admirable, right? Just by running away?
Running away? Okay, so the thing I wanted to talk about today specifically is the fact that you have it now on audio confirmed. This woman beat him. Physical violence confirmed. She should have lost everything. If a man would have had physical violence confirmed by audio, he would have lost everything. He would have been in prison. He would have been a felon, everything.
I'm sorry that I didn't hit
punched
you
me
across the face in a proper slap, but I was hitting you. It was not punching you. Babe, you're not punched.
Don't tell me what it feels like to be punched.
You know, even a lot of fights been around a long time. I know. Yeah.
No, when you fucking have a closed
You
fist.
get punched. You got hit. I'm sorry I hit you like this, but I did not punch you. I did not fucking deck you. I fucking was hitting you.
You can't
I don't know
deck
what
me.
the motion of my actual hand was, but you're fine. I did not hurt you. I did not punch you.
She said, bitch, you're not punched. She said, I hit you. I did not punch you. Could you, and I'm going to say that again. Could you imagine if a man was on an audio recording telling a woman, I did not punch you, I hit
We'll
you.
hear from Mr. Depp's security people, like Sean Bett, about how they often had to remove Mr. Depp from scenes with Miss Heard, screaming at him, chasing him, trying to keep him from leaving. You're going to hear evidence that when Mr. Depp and Miss Heard traveled together, his team routinely had to book an extra room for him so that he had somewhere to go when Miss Heard became enraged. You'll hear from other witnesses, including Mr. Depp and Miss Heard's marriage counselor. Her name is Dr. Laurel Anderson, who perceived Miss Heard as the aggressor in the relationship.
Look at her
Miss
face.
Heard as the aggressor in the relationship. The one who would strike Mr. Depp to try to keep him from leaving.
Jeez. The dude had to get a whole other room whenever they would travel. But could you, and I'm going to use that again. Could you imagine if a woman celebrity had a man with her and the woman celebrity's team literally had to get her another hotel room because he was violent? You know, when someone like Amber Heard does this, it makes a lot of women look bad. And people don't want to admit that. They don't want to admit that when someone like Amber Heard, a famous person, when she goes and she not only abuses her boyfriend, but then she plays the victim, it makes other women that actually are victims look bad. So that's why there are a lot of women that at least on TikTok, there are a lot of women that were on TikTok and they were agreeing with Johnny Depp. She was calling him a stingy old fucking piece of shit. And she tells him, I hope Jack, which is Johnny Depp's stepson, or Johnny Depp's son, excuse me. I hope Jack's stepfather can teach him how to be a man because you couldn't. Dude, it's just verbal abuse. That's all she was doing to him every goddamn day. The woman doesn't like him. She doesn't. I'm sorry, look, I'm just so fucking amped up about this. I don't think she liked him. I don't think she ever loved him. I think he was a mark. I think she tried to play him for all of his money. Look at all that. I took all these notes. And you want me to tell you what this comes down to? The ACLU basically lied and... sorry, I didn't realize I had my gum. The ACLU basically lied and they helped Amber Heard write the op-ed ruining Johnny Depp's career. That's basically the short and skinny of all of these notes. Okay, she probably doesn't even like men. She probably doesn't even like being in bed with men. And that's why she went after Johnny Depp and Elon Musk. Two dudes that were at the highest part of their respective games. And what did she do to them? She beat them up. Why? Because she hates men. She probably uses the word patriarchy all the time. Okay. So what is she doing? She is essentially finding the men at the top of the pyramid and she's being violent to them. Why? Because that is how you attack men. You go and get the strongest, most powerful, richest men and you beat them up and you show them that you're more dominant than they are. She tried to say this is where Johnny Depp hit her. has anyone that's ever had a black eye before been punched in the face? I'm not talking about relationships. Everyone knows that when you actually get hit in the eye like that, your whole thing, you got blood all the way down your eye. Sometimes you even get blood in your eyeball. That right there is from plastic surgery. That's from Botox. That's what that is right there. You can literally see the little tiny prick where they put the needle in. You can literally see it. Okay, so it's right there. Risk of cosmetic fillers, and then you see the other person that as the example, as well as forming a small bump under the skin. And look at her, and we'll go back to that one. I don't have it here. I just exit out. And there it is, more bruising. They show you, and look, this woman right here, she's showing you how to get the bruising from the little poke out, and apparently she's using a toothbrush. Amber Heard's a fucking liar, man. And then to top it off, then she tried to use this photo. It's obviously a prick. It's obviously a prick from a needle. It's obviously like that's. Oh my God. So ridiculous. So ridiculous. Bulging eye. Look right there. Bulging eye, under eye after Juvederm injection in cheeks. It's the exact same thing. Oh my God. Amber Heard is such a liar. Here we go. And then now they're talking about her lips. That's when you're, I guess when you get lip injections or lip fillers. Right there. Right there. 2010, 2015. Okay. So she's got them. Right there. And now look at her. And then look at this. Dude, I mean, I know that there's a lot of girls out there that they like to get fillers and stuff like that, and it looks bad. But come on, you're a Hollywood actress. Millions of people are going to see you. Can't you tell that looks unnatural?
He'd pass out in his own vomit. He'd lose control of his body. He'd lose control, and everyone would clean up after him. I cleaned up after him.
Okay, you saw that, right? I still got my gum. Now I want to show you the real Amber Heard. This is the real Amber Heard.
What it is.
Let me assure you, Miss Heard, it is an
She was in the process
Sorry,
of.
please don't interrupt me.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at, Blair, because you instructed her to be sure to give a complete answer, but yet you're interrupting her, and that's a problem for me and for her.
Well,
Yeah,
it's a
because-
problem for me too, so let me very clearly and unambiguously apologize to you, Miss Heard.
What?
I did not intend to interrupt you. I want you to
Look at her face.
be able to give full and
Where's
complete
that?
statements.
Where's that face
Okay.
at?
I would like to.
Where's that attitude at? Where's the attitude at? That was the worst display of acting I've ever seen.